Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
Banning gambling in Tidsan and Village Fiestas. Details from today's hearing on Bill 50.
Attorney David Lujan and Michael Caspino meet today about hope and healing Guam.
And we're also going to bring you important advice on saving as well as protecting Guam's precious coral reefs. Hafa day, everybody, and good evening. If you're joining us live on KUAM TV8, watching us on Facebook Live, or watching us behind the scenes on Instagram Live, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Well, the high rollers in the battle over casino gambling on Guam were at Hagåtña today to testify on Bill 50, banning all forms of gambling and gambling devices at the Liberation Casino in Tidsan, Bree, as well as Village Fiestas.
The Mayor's Council opposes the bill because revenue from the gambling activity not only funds annual Liberation festivities, but also various events in their respective municipalities.
Bill 50 ups the ante to ban casino gambling in Tidsan. Guam residents have repeatedly voted down gambling in Guam. Jackie Marati and her family have been major players at the winner's table.
That is a total of 5 times in 8 years, kind senators. Can we hear that?
While her group, Keep Guam Good, is all in, the Mayor's Council of Guam says all bets are off. Revenue from the Tidsan Casino is used to fund annual Liberation festivities hosted by mayors, something they plan to fold if Bill 50 passes. In order for the MCOG to stay in the game, Sinahaña Mayor Robert Hoffman says the legislature will have to find an alternate source of funding, or $650,000 total, to pay for all the activities associated with Liberation.
If the gaming part is ceased, then please amend the law which places the responsibility of the Mayor's Council of Guam. Get it away from us.
Co-sponsor of Bill 50, Speaker B.J. Cruz, possibly threw down the ultimate hand, pointing out that without a gaming commission, no one is really regulating the gambling activities at the Tidsan Casino.
Because it just seems, it really is Wild West.
Cruz recommended gambling should be abolished altogether in Guam.
In other island news headlines, they're agreeing to meet in the middle. Rather than battle it out over words, the two attorneys taking over clergy sex abuse claims are agreeing to negotiate who will serve on the board of directors for the nonprofit established to settle claims out of court. Crystal Paco reports.
He's honest to a fault. Earlier this week, attorney David Lujan publicly slammed California attorney Michael Caspino, the newly named executive director of Hope and Healing Guam, the group tasked with settling claims of clergy sex abuse outside the courtroom, as well as providing counseling and spiritual guidance for survivors.
I scolded a scam. I said he's going to pick my pockets.
But could Lujan be showing a change of heart? On Thursday, he met with Caspino, where they agreed on 2 boards for the nonprofit. One 7-member board to address clergy sex abuse claims, and a second 3-member board to serve as a watchdog on Caspino. Caspino shared the list of proposed board members for both boards, which Lujan will be able to negotiate in the next week.
I will not mention those names yet because I can tell you this, that outright I do have some reservation on some of the names, okay? And I did express that, of course I don't agree with this name or that name. I would like for the plaintiffs, the victims, to have an input on who sits there.
Looking ahead, Lujan sees utility in the Hope and Healing Guam program.
Going through the court can be very traumatic, can be very lengthy, can be very expensive, and let's face it, it's a gamble, no matter what. When this program was pitched to me, I listened and I said to myself, well, okay, it can accomplish everything we want, and take the gamble element away.
KUAM spoke with Caspino, says both attorneys shared a good laugh during today's meeting. While this is the first mention of a 3-member board to oversee his role as executive director, he says, quote, "I need to have accountability also. We need everything to be transparent," end quote. He added that the nonprofit will be routinely audited and the findings to be published online. Already dozens have called the nonprofit to avail their services, many of whom are already in counseling.
I feel good that they've come back this fast, and it shows that, notwithstanding my, I guess, my strong words, that, that has not deterred them from moving forward.
Again, the number for Hope and Healing Guam is 1-888-649-5288. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
Thanks, Crystal. Former GURA legal counsel Mark Smith and co-defendant Glenn Wong appeared in the district court today. While the court granted the government's request for a protective order on discovery, another issue remains to be resolved. That's whether defense attorney David Lujan should be disqualified from the case. Prosecutors made the motion earlier this month on grounds Lujan was prior legal counsel for GURA and had a similar conflict of interest with properties he owned under the Section 8 program. As reported, Smith was serving as the agency's legal counsel and profiting from the Section 8 program through Wong, who he transferred his properties to. The government's motion to disqualify Lujan will be heard on May 17th.
The Guam Housing and Urban Renewal Authority will discuss a recently resolved conflict of interest case with HUD officials that involved a local senator. Senator Mike Nicholas, who was a Section 8 landlord, told KUAM News that he was only notified by GURA this past February about the conflict. He since broke ties with the program to address the issue. GURA Executive Director Michael Duenas says the agency discovered the problem following a lot of public scrutiny over their conflict of interest provision.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. As a landlord, you should, or anyone signing a contract, whether it be a HAP contract or a personal loan or a car loan, it really is important to understand the documents that you're signing. And if you have any questions, to ask what exactly does this provision mean. So saying that he wasn't aware of it is, I guess, from the eyes of the law, it's not an excuse.
We, of course, reported that the potential conflict is that in his role as senator, Nicholas may need to take action on legislation that directly affects GURA or vote to confirm board members. In response to the agency, the senator today says he is unable to comment as he is consulting with private legal counsel.
In crime news, a total of 5 people were arrested following a raid that took place at a home in Inner Rahan yesterday. Out of the 5, only 4 were booked and confined and only 3 were magistrated today. Police spokesperson Kim Santos says when the Mandanya Drug Task Force and special agents executed the search warrant, they found over 20 grams of crystal meth and other drug paraphernalia. Additionally, a rifle was found inside a car parked outside the home. Arrested on drug possession charges and a myriad of others were George Carlos Paulino Flores, Selma Paulino, Kara Afison, John Frederick Weegley, and George Vincent Paulino.
Well, get those refunds out to the people quicker. That is the discussion happening tonight down at Adelup over the governor's tax refund bill. Nick Delgado explains in our next report.
The money may be getting out there.
They should get the money faster because, we really depend on it.
But for taxpayers like Damiana Alangaleke, it isn't quick enough.
I have grandchildren. I need to buy their things to school, so I need it to come faster.
It's that argument that has the Calvo administration opening up and meeting with others in the community tonight. The discussion, a tax revenue anticipation note or TRAN bill for a $75 million line of credit. Now the governor's office says the bill will finally address the cash management issue that the government's been facing for decades and getting those tax refunds out much faster.
The key word basically is that right now we're to ensure that that we pay all refunds 6 months from the due date of the return if it's filed on or before the due date.
Revenue Tax Director John Camacho says his department continues working to get the refunds out each week. He says they're also looking ahead at what procedures to put in place, if any, should the TRAN bill become law.
If that's what it takes, and it's just like if you need to go to the bank to borrow money, right? When you need money, right? So it's the same thing, right?
Yeah, it will also help me because I'm having financial crisis nowadays, and really hard for me, for my family.
Depending on what happens next, taxpayers agree speeding up the process means getting money that will offer some much-needed support for others like Mimi Reynolds.
I'm really drowning in my bills, and I need to pay that off so I can help my kids with all their school supplies and all that.
The tram bill public hearing is underway at the governor's conference room in Adelup. The governor also requested the legislature hold a special session next Friday to vote on the bill. Reporting for Guam's News Network, Guajusi Nick Delgado.
Stay tuned. We're back with more news after the break.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming with KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
Have you gotten paid yet? That's the premium automatic insurance deduction plan from Calvo's Insurance. Paid simplifies your home and auto insurance. No down payment. No more long lines. And you can stretch your payments up to 12 months. Paid is convenient. It deducts from your payroll, your checking account, or your credit card. With Paid, you get up to 65% off your car insurance and enjoy lifestyle club discounts. Life can be easier when you get paid.
Call Calvo's Insurance today and save on your home and auto insurance.
Two things come to play when talking about mobile data: price and speed. Let's look at what happens when we compare the competition against IT&E's $80 plan. Docomo's $79 plan comes with 6 gigs. IT&E's $80 plan comes with 20. GTA's $80 plan comes with 10 gigs. Better, but you get twice as much at IT&E. IT&E has the best network and the data to back it up. Get unlimited talk and text and 20 gigabytes for $80 at IT&E. Oh, and if you bring your own device, get 40 gigs.
Get more during our spring clearance event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Inherit that go-anywhere attitude with the legendary rugged Jeep Wrangler 4x4 of the decade. For a limited time only, enjoy savings of $2,500 off. Or go beast mode and save up to $5,000 off Ram trucks, voted Guam's best 2 years in a row. Plus, well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing. Get to Cars Plus today for quick and easy financing during our spring clearance event. Cars Plus, driven by you.
Is your old ride letting you down? Then play Micronesia Mall's Ride-Away Flyaway game and win 3 rides from Triple J Auto Group, plus 30 flyaways to Manila on Philippine Airlines. Just present mall receipts to enter and win the 2017 Kia Soul, the 2017 Mazda 3 Sport, the 2017 Kia Forte, and instant prizes from Burger King and Foot Locker. Shop and win more cars, trips, and prizes when you play Micronesia Mall's Ride-Away Flyaway game.
There's no place on Guam like Chuck E. Cheese's. It's tons of fun with so many games, and parties are a blast, where everyone has fun. Come and party at Chuck E. Cheese's Guam. Call and book your party today.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Tidus Ma'asi, Matson.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. Congresswoman Madeline Berdallo outlines her plans to move Guam issues forward in the nation's capital. This despite a Republican-controlled Congress and White House.
She said it was not going to be short and simple, and it wasn't. Congresswoman Madeline Berdallo spent a little over an hour delivering her annual congressional address in the Guam Congress building, where she said was the very building she began her career in public service. As anticipated, she provided updates on a myriad of federal issues involving war claims, military buildup, self-determination, compact impact, and the controversial H-2B crisis.
I will introduce legislation to carve out a unique immigration program for Guam to provide a long-term solution to our labor needs. This bill will address the labor deficiencies that are affecting industries outside of the military, including civilian construction and maintenance, healthcare, and also hospitality. However, with the Trump administration and a Republican-controlled Congress, that is unwilling to discuss comprehensive immigration reform that is so badly needed. This will not be an easy task and will require additional information and data that backs up our arguments.
Speaker B.J. Cruz commended the Congresswoman for being forthright with the challenges the territory faces.
Very impressed with what she has to say. She has some very major issues that she has to address. And she was very honest about the issues and shortcomings. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to resolve those very quickly for the benefit of the entire community. So at least she was willing to step forward and say these are things that we have to address.
You can read the text of her address right now on KUAM.com.
And in other news this evening, coming soon to a McDonald's near you. The Coffee with a Cop initiative heads to Mighty as today's outreach proved where you live can greatly affect your opinion on public safety. Crystal Paco was there and files our next story.
McDonald's isn't only serving up free coffee, but smiles as Central residents met for casual conversation with Guam's men and women in uniform. Among them, Barragata resident Greg Barnes.
And I want to come because I appreciate the police.
Now the fourth outreach of its kind, Chief of Police J.I. Cruz says the Coffee with a Cop program is proving to be a valuable tool to gauging public opinion on public safety.
It's more of us interacting with the community, embedding ourselves to understand what the issues and what the needs are of the community. And I will tell you to that point, it's very interesting that we hear that the needs of the residents in this part of the island differ from what we saw the last Coffee with a Cop that we had up in Harbin.
Residents up north expressed concerns about alcohol in the parks and bus stops, as well as assaults and home invasions. The priorities in the central villages were more focused on highway safety.
Some of the residents are asking for better lane markings of the roadways. Some of the residents are asking for signage that shows what the speed limit is. Some of the residents are asking for speed bumps so that residents, motorists, can slow down in the areas. Sidewalks to be implemented so that when children are walking to and from the bus stop or to and from school, it's a little bit safer for our children walking around.
It's safe to say residents like Barnes want more of the program.
I like the program. I like the program a lot. I think that is one of the things that they're doing well. Because, what's going on in the country is there's generally a lot of crap that the police get. A lot of people aren't appreciating the police. But they're the ones that are going to come to your house in case there's any trouble. So why are we making trouble for them? So I think that a lot of districts around the nation could learn from this program.
Coffee with a Cop will head to the Jigo McDonald's next month. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Crystal Paco.
The fate of Simon Sanchez High School is in the hands of the Office of Public Accountability, which will have to decide whether to dismiss the recent appeal by losing offeror Cortec International or to proceed to a formal hearing next month. CTI appealed the procurement 2 weeks after it was issued, arguing that price should be included in the evaluation and that the insurance and maintenance of 34 other schools be left out. Assistant Attorney General Tom Keeler said the government agreed to appease both requests. However, CTI legal counsel Joyce Tang said the parties cannot reach agreement without the inclusion of language recommended by CTI.
The issues with respect to the first one, they're no longer going to be lumped together. You're now going to have value as part of the determination. Cortec requested that they be separated. They're now separated, and yet they're continuing to argue over what is going to be in the second RFP. That's not even drafted.
I think that any stipulation needs a clear understanding of what the law requires and not just saying, well, we're conceding because we want to avoid a delay, because that doesn't resolve the issue.
The EOPA must now decide to either dismiss the appeal or to proceed to a hearing on May 8th.
While you may not notice the impacts of climate change in your day-to-day life, rising sea temperatures are having a drastic effect on the island's coral reefs. A world-renowned coral conservationist is here on Guam this week, discussing what needs to be done to save the island's precious reefs. Isa Baza has more.
What was a vibrant local reef in 2013 became a barren wasteland just 1 year later. This transformation was due to coral bleaching, a phenomenon that has impacted reefs globally over the past 5 years.
The situation is so drastic, so dramatic globally that we need restoration. We need to help corals to reproduce again. And some corals, especially in the Caribbean, some endangered coral species, although they still spawn, they cannot produce coral babies any longer. So we try to help them.
Dr. Dirk Peterson is the founder and executive director of Seacorps International, an organization based in the United States and Germany that focuses on coral conservation and restoration.
It's very important because so far we thought we can conserve coral reefs through management, marine protected areas, sewage treatment, so local stressors to reduce those stressors would be sufficient to conserve coral reefs, to raise awareness and educate people how they eventually can help conserving coral reefs. But it's not sufficient alone any longer.
Peterson said Seacorps aims to use a multidisciplinary approach, including education as well as research, to develop techniques to propagate coral and eventually restore the world's dying reefs. In addition to speaking before the Rotary Club of Guam this afternoon, Peterson is also conducting a workshop in Guam with local and international partners from Thailand, the Philippines, and Hong Kong.
This workshop is part of a larger project which we have started in 2013, and it's actually to help local partners, the University of Guam Marine Lab, Dr. Lori Raimundo, to help her with restoration efforts here on the island.
Peterson said he will conduct several lectures before leaving Guam this Sunday. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Isa Baza.
All right, we got sports coming up, but first, here is our island weather.
I prepare. I train. Through strength, determination, and focus, I work hard to achieve my goals. That's why I secure my future with Alpha Insurers. This is what makes you an Alpha.
Y'all think the key to success is hard work or learning? Wrong. Success isn't earned, it's eaten. And nothing says success like gold. The new, delicious KFC Georgia Gold Chicken with its tangy honey mustard barbecue taste that says, hey world, I eat gold. New KFC Georgia Gold. It's finger-licking gold.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Get 16% below MSRP on select Sierra 1500 crew cab vehicles in stock. That's over $9,000 on this Sierra.
Visit AutoSpot GMC today.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
What's up, Guam? Dave Delgado here for KUAM Sports. Thanks for watching. I have some information on the Marianas Open to get to in just a bit. But first off, tonight's game-changer athlete, Guam High senior Solomon White. Check it out. When it came to getting scouted by coaches at the next level, Solomon White says head football coach Jacob Dowdell played a big part in getting him more exposure. White played quarterback for the Guam High Panthers, leading them to back-to-back third-place finishes in the IFL.
He gets us recognized a lot more using the site huddle and sharing with coaches on a field level and other sites. So I think that helped out. And he has a lot of contacts with coaches since he was a coach in the States.
White played in the Life Champion Senior Bowl held in Hawaii last year, playing against the best high school players in Hawaii. The game gave athletes a chance to earn scholarships with coaches from Division II, Division III, NAIA, and JUCO in attendance. He also suited up in the Tomodachi Bowl held in Japan last month, teaming up with players from Japan, Okinawa, and South Korea.
The players we played against were like the top players from the upperclassmen in high schools and the lowerclassmen in colleges. So I think that helped me get experience from a more higher level of football.
Playing sports has helped Solomon keep his head in the books and his eye on the prize. His dreams of playing college football wouldn't have been possible without a strong work ethic on and off the field.
Our coach, his core value is academics above all, but he still wants us to come out and practice hard and get better every day. But if we don't have good grades, we're not allowed to participate in any sports.
It all paid off for White when he accepted a full academic scholarship to attend the Air Force Academy. He plans to redshirt his freshman season and hopefully get in some reps at the quarterback and receiver position. Although he might not be fully prepared yet for the college style of play, his speed in the 40-yard dash at 4.4 is a good start.
I'm really excited, but I'm kind of nervous because I haven't seen that high of a level of competition. So I think I'm going to have to train a lot and get my speed and strength up so I can be able to compete with the people at that level.
For now, it's track practices after school and training sessions on the weekend. After 2 high school track meets in the books, Solomon is first in the 200-meter, second in the triple jump and 400 meters, and third in the 100-meter sprints.
We do weightlifting after track practice or anytime we're able to. And then on Saturdays out here today, we do speed and agility camp to also help with my speed.
Competing on a small island and still getting the recognition of the All-Dodea Pacific team and a Division I football scholarship, White says anything is possible through hard work and dedication.
Just work hard, and if you like last year I didn't believe I was going to be able to do this, but if you train hard, anybody can do it, and I believe anybody in Guam, everybody has the potential to do it.
The Marianas Open is Guam's premier and longest-running Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament in the entire Pacific and will be held on Sunday, April 30th at the FD Phoenix Center. Competitors coming from Brazil, Ecuador, Hong Kong, Japan, and the U.S. mainland will be on island for competition. In honor of the 10th season of the Marianas Open, a total cash prize of $17,000 will be given respectively, and the black belt champion will have an opportunity to win up to $10,000. Jared Weiner out of the U.S. and Makoto Aramaki out of Japan will face head-to-head in a Masters Division super fight in which 100% of its net winnings will be donated to Thea Camille Van Meter to support her battle against brain cancer. The first black belt bout is set to begin at 11 in the morning. For more info, check out MarianasOpen.com. Well, that's going to do it for sports. We're back right after this.
It's tax time.
You've got a refund. You checked the mail? Haven't got your refund yet? During Nissan's 17th Annual Easy 1040 Refund Event, everybody gets a refund up to $7,000 cash with your new Nissan. Use it towards your down payment, drop the price, or take the cash. The Nissan Easy 1040 Refund Event going on now, where everybody gets a refund. Take your guest drive today or get the details at NissanGuam.com.
So Joshua, I hope you had a fantastic day today.
Happy birthday to Christian Santos.
It is a birthday for John Paul and Juanit Napati. Happy birthdays and wedding anniversary from your sis Deborah, your 8 kids, and the entire Napati familia that loves you both always. Awesome.
Happy birthday to Noah Lonnie Napati Iglesias Leon Guerrero from Deborah, your Napati cousins that loves, thinks, and misses you always. Bula na Guinaidsan in Napati familia.
Nailed it. Very nice. Roland J. Guerrero, happy birthday to our awesome, smart grown-up, they say, and not so little anymore, little big man. We're very proud of the young man you're becoming. Daddy and Mommy love you to the moon and back.
And happy 7th birthday, 49th in dog years, to our boy Cato Torres. We love you from Mom, Dad, Tanala, and Denancy.
Denancy, very, very nice when you get love from Denancy. All right, everybody, you can be
and
part...
one more. Happy birthday to Troy, Ivan, Menno, Moses.
All right, you can be part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Just go to KUAM.com and register. Special shout out to everybody. This little device is bringing us the entire world, all of our friends on Instagram Live watching our behind-the-scenes version of the news. You should do that tomorrow night. Thanks so much for watching this version of the news. We'll see you next time.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E.